Welcome to our lesson number 2. It is entitled Nature and Characteristics of Language. Language is an essential attribute to humans. It is a gift to mankind. We all have this so-called language, of course, to communicate. It sets us apart from other creation. As we all know, we as humans, we are created by God, unique and special. Everything that we do involves language, from thinking to doing, writing, solving problems, and even on our daily living. We manage to transfer knowledge from one person to another because of language. In short, a society without language is unthinkable. Thus, understanding the nature and characteristics of language will enable us to use it more effectively. So let's start with the nature of language. In its basic constitution, the nature of language is described as follows. Number one, it is something that has to be learned. Two, related to the culture of society. Three, species specific, uniform, and unique to humans. Four, system. Five, vocal, skill subject. Seven, means for communication, and arbitrary. So let us begin with the number one. Language as something learned. Maybe you don't have any idea how you actually learned a language, right? We became babies. We started as infants. And as babies, as they were born, they don't have the language yet. But as they grow up, they communicate and they can speak a language. When they started communicating with you as an infant, they use sounds, diba? They cry, and that is their language. When the babies, like maybe I don't know, when they were born 3 months, and so they will just cry, and if they have something to tell you, they just cry. Maybe they are hungry, maybe there's something you need from you, they just cry. But they as grow up, they learn language. Maybe you might be wondering how this child can communicate. We don't even teach them. One thing is they watch TV. And in our generation, like now, watching TV is has something great impact to the kids. That's why we have this rated as PG. We have to let them not watch by themselves, but by the guidance of the parents. There, they show the language. That's why I have many students, I have pupils, that when they ask their parents, oh, they are very good in English. Why? Is this something learned in a school or in their house? No, ma. Maybe they're just watching Peppa Pig. And so there are many TV shows that they learn the language. In short, language is something that learned. You can learn another language. We have this language. We can speak Filipino. We can speak in English. And we can speak Spanish and other languages if you really want to learn. Language can be programmed and coded. We as human beings, it has something innate. Yeah, it is innate in us, and language programming is far beyond being able to produce it. Every time we read and every time we watch, it is an opportunity to learn the language codes. Next, language is something that is learned through exposure and practice. Although the language is genetically programmed in our brain to make distinctions of the different sounds, it has something to be practiced of. Diba minsan we have this thing na I can speak Italian before but now I can't really well. Why? Because there is a less of nalilesen yung pinapractice yung language. Therefore, language learning is behavioral, imitative, and learned through effort. Well, everything has done with so much effort, you can learn. That's why here in your subject, you just have to exert effort to learn. As soon as we get acquainted with a particular language and become interested in its system and structures, then we can master its use. So, we as human beings are capable of learning language as long as we are interested.